Alright, so since I last talked to you guys, I actually had already oh my stomach. Oh my stomach. Oh, I can't hold down a damn thing. I just finished one of these and it took me like the Premier Protein, and it took me like about 2-3 hours. It's just it's hard. It's as hard as they said it was gonna be, and more. So today is day 5 post bariatric surgery. Before I went into surgery, they had put me on my bed, and I was getting ready to go into the operating room. And as I was being wheeled in there, I was having second thoughts. But of course, I'm not going to be that one person that jumps out of the bed right before surgery. But one thing that kept lingering in my mind was, oh my God, I have asthma. And because of this may be a fatal outcome. But fortunately, it wasn't. It was fine. Everything turned out well. When I woke up from surgery, it was like I was overjoyed because I knew that I thought the worst of it had already come to pass. And the doctor, as soon as I opened my eyes and came out of surgery, they were like, oh, well, congratulations, the surgery was a success. And at that point, I was just so doped up. I wasn't really thinking about anything, or I wasn't looking beyond that one moment. But let me tell you, a couple of hours after the surgery had occurred, that's when the bad stuff started to happen, okay? At that point, after the anesthesia was starting to like leave my body, I started to feel really nauseous, really groggy out of it, and kind of thirsty, but not being able to drink. Number one, because of the surgery, and it's virtually impossible to get any kind of liquid into your system. And let me tell you, they've got the amount of liquid that you're allowed to have is this much every 15 minutes. But after your recovery, I wasn't even able to get like this much down, like not even half of one in one sitting. But they have you on a chart. They have you on a chart, just kind of like tallying down how many you've had. And you're not allowed to leave the hospital until you've successfully drank 15 of these. And so even though it was hard for me to take these down, I realized as time was progressing that I was able to just throw these back like nothing. So that was one aspect of it that I had to overcome. Also, I would like to mention that the nausea was horrible. When you get the bariatric surgery, you have an IV that's connected to a pain medication. And in the pain medication, this pain medication, it's a pump. So you click on the pump and the pump releases the pain meds. But like within the first couple of seconds after taking your pain meds, you start getting like this overwhelming, nauseating feeling. And I told myself, I don't want this no more. So I stopped. Even if after a while of being in the hospital, the pain starts to subside on its own, and you don't really have to. The pain is not as hard as it was when you first come out of surgery. So I was okay with like stopping the pain meds, because taking the pain meds meant that I was going to be nauseated. So I wasn't happy with that, with that compromise. I wasn't gonna take the pain meds. Fuck being nauseated. I hate being nauseated for any reason. Bye, Felicia. And so there I was in the hospital and taking my pain meds. And one thing that they right after you come out of surgery, you're just so overly medicated. And I think it was the opioids, but I was like in this like dreamlike twilight comfort high. And during that time, I did not want to get off of my bed. I just wanted to continue sleeping. But the doctor said that I had to get up and walk every 2 to 4 hours to prevent blood clots. And they had to come and continually give me a shot that would it was in my stomach. They had to continually come and give me a shot to my stomach. What they were shooting me with was like, it was like an anticoagulation medication, whatever the fuck it was. When they inject you with that serum, it goes through your belly fat, and surprisingly, I know I should probably know this because I went to nursing school a long time ago, but there is no actual pain as it goes through your belly fat. So if you're considering the surgery and at some point they want you to inject this thing into your stomach, don't be afraid. It really does not hurt going through fat, and it was painless. It didn't feel like anything was happening to me. It was pain-free. I liked it. I enjoyed it. If everything else was as good as that one shot, I'll do it again. Pop, pop. I'll do it again. Pop, pop. That covers the basics of what happened to me that time. I mean, I could go on and complain about the nurses that I had. I only had one nurse that you know, I guess she was being a bitch, and she really wanted it for me. She wanted it for me. I was laying up in bed, and I know the doctor had asked me to get up, but she was like, as soon as the sun came up, she was like opening my windows and then adjusting my bed so that it sits up, like without my consent. Like I was like, don't fucking touch me. And she was just like very like touchy and tell me get up. Like I was like, ugh. Okay, I know I have to get up and move, but don't talk to me like I'm your fucking child, cause I'll do it again. Pop pop. I'll do it again. Pop poop pop pop. Pop pee pop poop. Pop poopity pop pop poop pep pep. Okay. But for the most part, everything was. I had my surgery done at the Ronald Reagan Hospital here at UCLA. It's named the #1 hospital in according to some magazine that everybody reads or something. I like magazines. I got home, and I have to also add that at some point after the surgery, probably like a couple of maybe like 10 hours after the surgery, I did throw up blood. But after that, it was just like, it hasn't happened again. So it's good that that wasn't an ongoing thing, because that would have been trouble. So far, ever since I've left the hospital, I've been drinking nothing but these Premier protein shakes. At the very most, all I can have is 2, max. I cannot force my stomach to take more than 2 per day, and the rest of the day I take a whole bunch of clear liquids like water, Gatorade Zero with a whole bunch of ice. I cannot drink anything that's lukewarm or room temperature. That's gross to me. Oh yeah, I also had these bandages that I had to take off, and I was scared of taking them off because I was like, well, wait a minute, if I open these, are my guts gonna spill out? But they didn't. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I was able to take these off. and as you can see, it was, I guess it was like oddly satisfying to take them off because of the sound. It was kind of like ASMR. The doctor said that those tiny pieces of adhesive that are under these patches, those are gonna fall off on their own 5 to 7 days after surgery. So right now we're on day 5. None of them have come off yet. Hopefully by the 7th day they'll fall off, but you don't need to have them on there longer than 7 days. So I wouldn't necessarily like go on there and try to poke them off. I would just let them kind of fall off on themselves, because I would advise you not to mess with anything. I'll let, you know, nature, gravity run its course or whatever. But so far, since I've done the pre-op liquid diet, the surgery, and the 5 days post-op, I have dropped at least 30 pounds. At least 30 pounds. Even though 30 pounds is not like a lot compared to what I already weigh, it's being able to drop these 30 pounds have enabled me to go for longer walks. I live right here close to Venice Beach, and so I have not been able to go to Venice Beach because I got too tired. I couldn't even walk or stand up for more than 10 minutes, but I've been doing like hour-long walks up and down the boardwalk, and that's something that I really do like, being able to take control and do, you know, it's the little things in life that you're not able to do as as an obese person, that this surgery gives you back. So if you're considering this surgery, I would suggest that you really look into it and go with a doctor that you trust. Go to a reputable bariatric surgeon. I mean, if you have no choice but to go to TJ, make sure that it's somewhere that you know, or that it's somewhere that has good referrals. Like, you don't want to do this in a back alley somewhere and then you're botched. But I chose to go here in the US and through insurance for the legal reasons, you know what I mean? If anything went wrong, I would like the doctor that I'm working under to know that there is repercussions for being neglectful. You know what I mean? And I don't think that that's something that you can get overseas, because if they botch you, I don't think they're like liable. And I don't even think those doctors could be extradited to the United States to serve jail time, because they're probably going to be like, well, she was never here. It never happened. As a matter of fact, I'm not even a doctor. Or something like that. But anyway, I think I'm just rambling too much at this point, so I'm just going to let you go and do what you need to do. But I know I'm just one of the many people here on YouTube that have already done the surgery, and for some reason you stopped at me. You didn't have to, but thank you so much for watching about me. Bye, bitch.